104.5 WOKV.
This is an urgent message for all Americans who owe $10,000 or more in credit card debt during the current coronavirus pandemic. If you've fallen past due or are struggling to make minimum payments, you may qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset Program to become debt-free in 24 to 48 months, paying only a fraction of what is owed. To qualify, you must have at least $10,000 or more in credit card debt, personal loans, medical bills, or collection accounts. National Debt Relief has helped clients resolve more than $3 billion of debt. Enroll now with no upfront costs. And for a limited time, National Debt Relief is offering a deferred payment plan. If you're facing financial hardship following the pandemic, are struggling to make minimum payments, or considering bankruptcy, there is no risk to call and speak with a certified debt specialist to see if you qualify for the Debt Reset Program to become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call 800-794-8099. That's 800-794-8099. 800-794-8099.
Men suffering from ED or PE, Prime Men's Medical Center is open and has taken all necessary health precautions during these trying times. You'll see results on your first visit or pay nothing. Guaranteed. Call 904-217-5646. The Weather Meter is brought to you by Mears Diamonds, where you can save 20% off store-wide during the summer super sale, July 16th to the 19th.
This is 104.5 WOKV.
Destroying academia. First, defund the universities. All the kids love the defunding, right? Let the schools compete in the market. Boy, that's so true. Get rid. Let them get rid of student loans. It shouldn't have to cost a family 30 years to get somebody a 4-year education. Let them compete in the market. Let them compete like hotels compete, like airlines compete. Second, tax their endowments. Third, student loans need to come from the school, not from the federal government. They need to be dischargeable in bankruptcy. Fourth, enforce not merely free speech on campus, but ideological diversity. And 5, we need to stop falling for the idea that our colleges occupy some sort of intellectual, even moral high ground. They don't. They are actually instruments of destruction of young minds right now. And I'm sorry to have to say that. It's why journalism's been destroyed, because the journalism schools have been destroyed by being taken over by a bunch of leftist corrupt propagandists. Trump's got the right idea. Trump tweeted today that he had told the U.S. Treasury to review the tax-exempt status of schools and universities that have become vehicles for left-wing indoctrination. It's practically all. It's like Hillsdale College is so damn important, so valuable, so irreplaceable. More about them in a minute. Trump wrote, too many universities and school systems are about radical left indoctrination, not education. Exactly right. I mean, he's probably reading one of my transcripts and transferring it to a tweet. Therefore, the president said, I'm telling the Treasury Department to re-examine their tax-exempt status and or funding, which will be taken away if this propaganda or act against public policy continues. Our children must be educated, not indoctrinated. Amen. Now, we got to get back to the phones quickly after the break coming up here at the bottom of the hour, which we'll go. But folks, there's a poll out there. And this poll may be the thing that Trump has to fix. I'm going to ask you if you think it's true. It's an ABC News poll, and you know what I think about polling? I think it's a little bogus and made up, and a lot of it is. But it is a poll that says 67% of the American people disapprove of the way the president's handling the COVID-19 issue. Hang on, I'll be right back.
This is 104.5 WOKV, Jacksonville's news and talk.
Live Team coverage starts now.
Good afternoon, it's 2:30. I'm Joe Duraskovich. Our top local story, Jaguars home games will be limited to 25% capacity this year for the start of the 2020 season.
It shrinks maximum capacity to around 16,000. The Jags say it's all in compliance with the CDC. I'm CBS 47 Fox 30. Actually, it's Jax, Letitia Variola for 104.5 WOKV.
The team says season tickets will be returned, and they're planning to roll out a new plan for season ticket packages sometime next month. Meanwhile, Tropical Storm Faye is threatening parts of the Mid-Atlantic and New England. causing President Trump to postpone his rally scheduled for tomorrow in New Hampshire. The White House press secretary says the event, slated to be held in an aircraft hangar in Portsmouth, will be pushed back a week or two. The event would have been Trump's first political rally in 3 weeks after he most recently held an indoor rally in Oklahoma. It's going to be a hot weekend in Northeast Florida, and that includes today.
Partly sunny skies today with thunderstorms forming until late afternoon. We'll reach into the low to mid-90s with feel-like temperatures above 100 degrees.
Action News Jax chief meteorologist Mike Burrish says we will dry out a little bit over the next few days, but that doesn't mean no rain. Scattered showers are expected to form Saturday and Sunday with less coverage on Sunday. WOKV News Time is 2:31. We'll check on your Arlington drive to see if you'll be delayed right now. And more Rush Limbaugh next.
You're thinking it's time. You need to get that new ride. Waiting for a sale. I have got great news because this isn't just any sale. This is big. The Big One sale happening now at Arlington Toyota. It's Rich Jones. And during the Big One sales event at Arlington, you can get 0% for 60 months on 10 new Toyota models. 0% for 60 months on 10 new Toyota models. No one does the Big One sale quite like Arlington Toyota. Now they're giving you no payments until 2021 on your new Toyota purchase. It's 10939 Atlantic Boulevard, just east of East Beltway. No payments until 2021 on your new Toyota. And with every new vehicle purchase at Arlington, you get a lifetime warranty with unlimited time and miles. Plus, you can buy with total peace of mind. Arlington Toyota's 30-day exchange policy, 30 days to love it or exchange it. The Big One sale just keeps on getting bigger. It's happening now at Arlington Toyota. Visit arlingtontoyota.com/Big One sale for the full detail.
Hi, it's Mac with Baker Glass. If you're having trouble finding a clear option for that new shower enclosure or a replacement for that fog glass, then call the Baker Boys or find us at BakerGlassInc.com. That's BakerGlassInc.com. Baker Glass, no one treats you better.
One-to-One Financial is Jacksonville's hometown credit union, and we've been helping people improve their lives and start businesses in this community for more than 85 years, longer than any other local institution. Like our name says, we work one-to-one with everyone, no matter their background, and we offer the best rates on loan and savings accounts. No-cost financial planning. Learn more and join us at One-to-One FC.
Thank you for choosing CVS Pharmacy. We've stocked select popular over-the-counter items in the drive-thru for pickup with your prescription. If you are dropping off a new prescription, please make sure the name, address, date of birth, and cell phone number are clearly written on the prescription. A pharmacy team member will...
WOKV First Alert Forecast.
Welcome to our store. How can I help you?
Picking up
Okay, what's the date of birth?
September 28th, 1983.
Last name?
Barth, B-A-R-T-H.
Thank you. I have two ready. They're $3.60 each.
Okay.
I'll send the carry out for your payment. Do you have any questions for the pharmacist today?
No, ma'am.
I'll be right with you.